Alright, so I got a nice little PSA for you guys who have the LSE4617ST induction range from LG. This particular unit, it's a wonderful range, but it seems to have one particular problem that seems to stump even LG technicians. So that problem is you'll set your oven to the temperature that you want, you'll do the preheat and whatnot, and it can be 5, maybe 10 minutes, and if even that long. The unit will have the same kind of like chime as if you pulled a pot off the top of the stove, and the oven will just shut off and go back to the default screen. Most of the time, LG technicians will throw main boards in this. They'll throw clicks on bimetal switches. They'll throw a bunch of different stuff at it, and the problem still won't get fixed. I've actually seen a lot of reports of people having these get swapped out, and most of the time people opt for the LSE4617ST, so that way they don't have the similar problems. And the problem is specific to the 4617. So this model here has a port on the inside of the oven, which is right there. Oh, pardon the oven, mine's a little dirty. So that port obviously is for a meat probe that you can actually stick in, and it reports up here what the temperature is, and you can use it in the app and whatnot. Now, there appears to be a problem with that port. I don't know if it's an issue with insulation or if it's the wiring itself, but the issue is, especially it's reported highly after people use the self-cleaning function, the port or the wiring on that port starts shorting to the case of the stove itself. So what happens is the control board starts seeing extremely low resistance, and it's kind of assuming that the thing's going nuclear, and it's just shutting down the oven as far as a safety measure, as far as I can tell. Replacing the control board and everything doesn't fix the problem, because the issue is actually beyond the board itself. So here's actually the board that the LG tech actually took out of this. And essentially the fix is, once you take this panel off here, the 2 or 4 screws, can't remember, I think there's 2 on the side underneath, whatever the case may be, you can flip this whole panel up and over. There'll be a metal shield on this that you remove from this panel. And the actual port is connected via these 2 little pins right here. It's just a 2-wire connector. So the quick and easy fix is to just unplug that connector. Basically just pull the port wiring right off from this. You'll lose access to the port, but your oven will work perfectly fine. Most people, it doesn't matter, they don't use the port, so it's kind of a moot point. But at the very least, down and dirty fix will just be to remove that port and remove it from the equation, and the oven will actually work. Obviously that port can be replaced in the future, or you could just leave it portless and it'll work 100% fine. That's what I opted to do with mine, and it's been working fantastic. I did not see anyone online talking about it, so I figure it might save someone a replacement range. Thank you much. Take care.